What up? This is a follow-up of the last video I did. Now that I got the full scope of the type of behavior everyone is on, you know what I'm saying? It's like it makes things so clear and motherfuckers tell on themselves so succinctly, if that's the correct term for it. I don't know, but it is now, right? They tell on themselves so succinctly, right? Where do I start? All right, let's start with this. Weirdo number 2. We're going to still use the same names for these people, right? Let's take weirdo number 2. Like I said, he took my shorty to court, invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of hours. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fancy manpower to take her to court, spend money, travel, and all that shit over bullshit, over shit that really equates to no win. It has absolutely no win potential, no payout at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's like an old Atari 2600 game. There is no end game. All you could hope to do is just keep getting the higher score. And I guess the higher score is, I don't know, props from a bunch of people you don't know. Yet everything he does, his character gets taken out. He's not getting even any points. It's all spitting in the wind. It all blows back in his face. Well, let me not digress on some more other shit, right? So, taking her to court. In court, he's on a whole different type of vibe. He's criticize or he's trying to have her say the word nigga as if it's supposed to be a racial slur against him, and he's telling the judge, yeah, she calls me nigga, you know, like nigger, a racial slur, hint, 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 like as if the judge doesn't know it's just a colloquialism amongst black people, right? I mean, he's on some, that's what I'm saying, he's so super, I don't know, court ready and lawyer-esque. But again, spitting in the wind, because anyone could see through it. You could tell it's fake. You could tell it's contrived, right? But he's on complete legal man, pretending like he's an upstanding citizen, like he's really been harassed, playing possum. And that's another story, the possum shit, oh boy. And everything like that, right? Yet after last night, after I heard this man, for lack of another terms, after I heard this weirdo speak, and then he's actually playing footage of me, recording me, and all this other bullshit, I'm like, yeah, this is very telling. This just cosigns the fact that his whole case against Shorty is some bullshit, and he's just on some other bullshit. There's absolutely, I mean, knew it already, there's absolutely no substance. There's no, he's the real victim in this situation, none of that, right? And again, he told the judge he filed 3 police reports on me because allegedly I pulled up to his crib and told him to come downstairs to beat his ass, right? So, all right, we're on the same plane. We're taking the same plane. Now I'm gonna tell y'all my vibe, my mentality, and then we're gonna review his mentality. I might even do another video if another review of this if I could get a hold of that video, because there's a lot of telling moments in that video, right? So, my vibe was, all right, I see dude here. It's kind of like whatever. I wasn't worried about a motherfucking thing. I wasn't changing shit up. I mean, I'm a thinker, so I'm calculating. I'm thinking of all possibilities. Is he going to try to set me up? Is he going to try to hold me into a fight to the point, you know, because he's sick. He's willing to travel this far. Maybe he's willing to even get punched in the mouth just so he could jam me up, even though he's the one antagonizing it. If I say something to him, is he going to lie? Shit like that. So, of course, I'm calculating and I'm thinking of how to proceed, but I'm not pressed at all. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever. To be honest, I figured that, you know, look, if this nigga doesn't come at me on some wanting to engage, whatever, then he'll just go about his business. I'll go about mine. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, would I like to smash him in the mouth? Absolutely. But the way I'm looking at it, mission accomplished. I saw them crazy text messages, him saying beat so-and-so up in the parking lot. The day that we were in the parking lot, done came and went. Ain't nothing happened. I was there. I was ready. I was the protector. And I feel that mission was accomplished. Fortunately, the bailiff and them, they kept niggas separate, shit like that. And to be honest, even if that wouldn't have been the case, he wouldn't have did shit anyway. Let's just be 100% real. But I don't know this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just sleep on a nigga I don't know just because he hangs out virtually with an overgrown goofy. So, you know, but at the same time, he's going through all these resources to jam my shorty up. Who knows what type of sick, crazy shit niggas is on. You feel me? On some fanned out shit, you know? So I can't sleep on that. You know, so whatever I did leading up to that, or allegedly did or whatever, it's 100% to hold shorty down. Is it anger inspired, snap, blackout inspired in some moments in the activity that I did? Yes, absolutely. Was there some activity where I'm like, oh, niggas is saying this, that, and boom, I just snap into like a rage and just start you know, doing whatever the fuck I'm doing? Yes, absolutely. I ain't gonna say the specifics on what that is, of course, but abso-fucking-lutely. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the distance, they got the distance. They were in the same vicinity. Everything went smoothly, went well, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Even the court hearing, I think it all went wonderfully well in our favor. And that was that. So I'm like, oh, this goofy motherfucker on the plane with me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he acts like he wants something or tries to get in my space, I don't give a fuck about airports. I don't give a fuck about police reports. You know, he ain't gonna, you know, ain't none of that gonna go down. But that's the extent of everything. I wasn't gonna change my clothes. You feel me? I mean, I had, some jeans, Air Force Ones on. I could have changed into some sweatpants and shit like that, but I'm like, I'm not overthinking this shit. I'm going with the flow. Like, a real one is just gonna, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna put too much investment in stupid shit because he's gonna be ready already. You feel me? So you don't gotta get ready, you stay ready, right? So I wasn't gonna go through a whole bunch of changes. You know, most I did is looked at all the planes that share the same destination where I would assume he's going, and narrowed it down. All the shit I did took an extent of maybe like 1 minute. Oh, okay, these planes going here. Oh, but those flights is about to leave, so he would already be on that one. All right, yeah, we probably are on the same plane. And then I sat by the plane where I have a visual and I could see motherfuckers, right? That's it. That was me. That's my mindset. Now let's take Mr. 3 police reports, what his mindset was. As y'all saw that video, this nigga went through a whole lot of changes. As soon as he saw me, he started going through changes. He took out his video recording device and started making a fucking video to talk to strangers, to talk to the vast audience of people that, as he said, don't like him. Yeah, I said, I forget word by word, so I paraphrase. Yeah, this that dude right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to change my clothes in case, we got to get busy and I got to rock him and shit. Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom. Why is this nigga going through all these fucking changes? You feel me? This is before we got on the plane, like as soon as he saw me. Oh, yeah, let me go to the bathroom. Not saying any of this to me. He's saying this to a video recording device, phone or whatever, right? All these changes, change my clothes, and then pulls out a camera making a video. So his mindset is some YouTube bullshit. His mindset from jump was, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to paint this a certain way. I'm gonna try to make this nigga look like something, or at the very least, I'm gonna make it look like I'm ready and I'm not a punk, because it's important that other people know that I'm not a punk. I did none of that. Niggas wouldn't even know anything about this shit if it wasn't for him deciding to fake flex and talk about some stupid shit, right? Niggas wouldn't know shit about this, right? Again, we get on the plane. Like I said, I hear him in back of me being a little loud. Like he wants me to know that he's in back of me on the plane. So I'm like, I look back, I'm like, okay, I see what you want. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And then, I said what I said. Oh, my best friend on the plane, to let him know I acknowledge him. You feel me? Sit my ass down, The live stream. Let's talk about that live stream that both of us were watching and watching the chat room of, right? Because I want to make something clear. When I was telling him to look back at me, that was very cryptic. Only real life who was on the panel knew what I was talking about. She's the only one that knew we were on the same plane, at least from my side. I mean, according to this nigga, he started calling this nigga. He started calling the deacon. He started calling the parish. He called the preacher. You know, he called the whole church to let them know that he's on the plane with Tone Space. I told my shorty, well, we were already on the thing. Yeah, I told my shorty, yeah, we on the same plane. She'll tell you, I was calm, casual. I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, on some mellow, nonchalant shit, like I often am with a lot of stupid shit. Right? So when we're in that chat room and I'm saying, look back, she's the only one that would have known what that was about. So that's what I want to make clear. I wasn't doing it as a flex to the audience of people that were watching that live stream. Shout out to that live streamer, that live stream, and all that participated in that. You know what I'm saying? I still got to, rewatch it, right? And make sure I'm subscribed to, all the cool folks, right? She's the only one that knew what that was. There were people talking about him. Yeah, Tone Space, this, that, the third. I was like, yeah, he is short as I can see, because someone was talking about he's short. I said, he is short as I can see, and I spelled C-S-E, with capital letters, S-E-E, as if to emphasize, not like as I've seen, but as I can see, like a little cryptic hint that I'm looking at the back of his head right now, So only weirdo number one would have known what I was talking about aside from Shorty. That was all for him. There was no flex or me trying to stunt in front of an audience. I didn't say in the chat room, hey, I'm on the plane with him right now. He's a few seats in front. Nah, I wasn't on any of that shit. What I was on was like, okay, I see you change clothes. I see you talking loud in back of me. You want me to know you're here. So, okay. Let's let you know that I know you're here. Look the fuck back. How about that? Look me in the eyes. This nigga never looked me or Shorty in the eyes from the courtroom to the entrance, the exit of the airport. Not once. Nothing more than an accidental glance. Until I started locking eyes, this nigga looked away every fucking time. That's the absolute truth. And I'm gonna get to the proof that he showed himself that he looked away when I started locking eyes or trying to lock eyes, no homo, on him. So that look back, that was just for him. And he did not look back. Stayed forward the whole time. Then I see this dirty bum nigga who really gets punked out saying that, I was too scared to even go to the bathroom. No, bitch nigga, you can't comprehend. The closest bathroom was in back of me, right? I really didn't go just because a lot of times we had the turbulence, we had to have our seatbelt on and shit like that. But if I were to have went to the bathroom in back of me was way closer than the bathroom in front of me, meaning further away from dude. And I could have easily done that and he wouldn't have known the wiser. Remember, he's not even looking back, so he wouldn't know if I'm getting up, going to the bathroom. What I said is I was considering of traveling the further direction, going to the bathroom in front, meaning past where he's at, just so I could look at him and read the energy and see if he'll acknowledge me on any type of level. You know what I'm saying? But then I said, due to this nigga being on some police shit or whatever, he may try to flip that. Oh, this nigga was on the plane trying to intimidate me. I'm telling you, if y'all heard the shit that he said in court and the way he was trying to flip shit in court, you would know this nigga's trying to use anything and contort it and paint a whole big situation like he's being victimized any which way. He knows it. So that's why I didn't do that. I'm like, even though that's not breaking any laws or anything, this nigga might try to flip it. It's another reason why I wasn't going to say a word to him unless I do get that acknowledgement. And then he, if he wants to open his mouth about anything, then I'll respond. Because if I say anything to him, I know we could try to flip it on these with these so-called police reports and everything and all that bullshit, right? So that's why I did none of that. But nowhere in that equation am I thinking that this nigga's actually recording and making videos to a whole bunch of people that don't like him so he could front like he's not soft or whatever. It just didn't cross my mind because I don't think like that. So the nigga that plays victim, that acts like he's being victimized, puts 3 police reports on a nigga, is now off the police shit for a second just so he could front to an audience that he's the total opposite type of nigga. Like, yeah, he's ready to get busy and this and that, and he wants to tell a bunch of people that don't like him about that shit. His mentality. My mentality, I don't give a fuck. Don't nobody gotta know about this shit. Like, why? It's like, I don't even know this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an exchange with this nigga. Like I said, the main shit is done. Court shit is over. So, you know, he's a bozo. Go on about your business. You know? But yeah, since you want me to know you there, yes, I will be grilling you, absolutely. And then you could follow through after that, right? Get off the plane again, looking at him. He glances, because he had to glance, because he had to get his bag. Quick glance, sees me staring him down, does a stretch, and then looks away and doesn't look back again at all. Right? Now, here's the juicy part. Here's the good part. No homo. I ain't talking about how that nigga was trying to make his booty poke out for the judge. Right? Now, this is where there's video proof. And anyone that's watching this that has the video, review this. I might even do another quick video showing this myself. Because here's the funny thing. A lot of what he said, it comported with what I said. His version was just contorted and everything. But this is where there's actual proof of what I said happened, right? Now, remember, this nigga's trying to videotaping the whole thing. He's by the exit, waiting for his bag, saying, yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to come through. And then, you know, he had the video camera out. It's like, yeah, I'm waiting for him right now, da-da-da. And then he saw me. And what did I say? I said, if there is any video, it's a nigga from a distance recording me. Because remember, this is important too. The last video I did that video before and posted that video before Weirdo Number One posted all this supposed punk out footage or whatever he wants to call it before, about an hour or two before that, right? And I said, yeah, if there is any video of me, it's a nigga recording me from a distance, talking his shit to himself and not saying a motherfucking word to me, right? Now, when I told the story, just like I said I'm walking out to the airport. Dude is a little ways in the distance to the left of me. I see him. And as I walk by, I'm looking at him and I do not take my eyes off of him until I walk by. Meaning that when I walk past where he's at, my head is tilted to the left, still looking at him. Yeah, was I walking fast? I walk fast naturally. Fuck that mean. I'm still staring this nigga down. Eyes following him, head turning as I'm walking past his ass. Now, when he shows the video, he shows only a small part of that. Because what did I say happened? I said as soon as I started looking at him, he took a quick glance and then put his head down and didn't look at me again. And I know this because my eyes never left him until I walked past him, right? Quick glance, head down, nothing. Fact, right? Now, of course, I didn't know he had a phone in his hand or that he was recording me. You know, he was on this punk, creepy, weird shit, right? So, in the video that he shows, what does he show? He shows the very beginning of when I first see him and I look at him, right? And then, for some odd reason, the phone goes down or it goes off of me. Now, if this nigga was really trying to flex, then how come as soon, like the split second that I started looking at him, how come the phone went away from me? You know why the phone went away from me? Because he didn't want me to see him with the phone pointed at me, because he was not trying to acknowledge me at that point. He wanted to keep doing it on the sly, on the sneak. Because, I mean, doesn't it make sense that if he's really trying to take a camera on me and see what I'm about and shit like that, then as soon as I looked at him, the camera would have stayed on me so you could see the entire stare down? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't he keep the camera on me after I walked past him? Doesn't that make more sense? But no, in that video, what, the fucking battery ran out? Ran out of storage space? No. He caught me at the second that I stared at him, just that split second, and then he saw me watching him, watching me, and then to put the phone down and put his fucking head down. And he showed the video proof of that. Otherwise, that camera and his eyes would have stayed on me. Am I right? Boom. So he told on himself on that shit. But again, another major point is this cosigns everything that Shorty is saying, that this nigga is on some bullshit. Because if a nigga really believes he's a victim, if he really believes I'm somebody that he needs protection against the file police reports on and all that shit, then that just does not mix. It does not fit with then being in an airport, recording and saying, yeah, this nigga's here and da-da-da, and calling a bunch of people and making videos to post on YouTube. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It only makes sense when you know the nigga's on some straight bullshit 100%, hard body. How come I wasn't recording anyone? How come I wasn't telling anybody about the shit? See how that is? So I just wanted to come in and do that. And if I get a hold of that video, I'll do another quick video showing you exactly what I mean. I lock eyes on him towards the exit. Phone immediately moves away from me because he started putting his fucking head down and the phone down too.